Hey guys, thanks for joining me again. I just want to kind of go over our albums and tell you the different options and availability to change your album to customize to your taste. Overall, we have a few different types of albums. We have linen, we have leather, and we have suede. Now those are the covers that we have. Within that, we also have options for thin or thick papers, 4-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, and even a big boy 12-inch. We'll kind of go over the uses of all these things over this video. I want to differentiate the two albums here. We have a press printed album, we have an heirloom album. Press printed is ink on paper, similar to a lot of things that you guys can order on the web or whatnot. And then heirloom albums are actually photo paper with film actually exposed into the spread. So both have very many similarities in the build quality, but the way that they're printed is different, and that is the way that the colors come through and the tones and how it's preserved over time. Both albums are well made and handmade. I absolutely love these albums. I've been going with them for the last 12 years. So it's definitely a good fit for me and my way of doing business and fitting for my clients. Let's start with size. So we have a 4-inch. This is going to be good for on the go. It's going to be good for throwing in your purse, maybe in your pocket with the right kind of, let's say, Lululemon's ABC pants. I probably could fit these in there. It's very, very much so versatile and portable. Leave at work, give to a parent as a quick gift. We have our 8-inch, so in size difference there. And these both are linen, just for your knowledge. You can see the difference in the size there when we're talking about the difference. 8-inch is definitely still more portable. Still a larger spread, it's an 8x8, so that ends up being 8x16 when you open it up. And you can get, I guess you could say, more of a better idea of seeing, more of the pictures within that. This is something that is good if you want to continually to travel with your album and you want to be able to go to work and to events and whatnot and bring it with you, or it's great for a parent album. I definitely recommend them for that. Next up, we have our linen album. Our 10-inch linen album. So a 10-inch, I'll try to hold it up against the 8 because obviously it'd be a little bit of a struggle doing that. I'm keeping that, by the way. 8-inch, 10-inch, you can see there's quite a bit of difference, a lot more real estate, still fairly mobile, but definitely something you're gonna wanna keep more at home. All right, our final option, I built this specific album just for a flex, So we built an album with a wood box that you can also purchase. You can get the engraving or debossing on it. And this is our chonky bad boy 12-inch album. This lives on your coffee table. This thing is heavy for me to take from room to room from my office to out here in the studio. So I don't recommend, this being something that you look at getting for, travel around with. This is something that you literally can lift as a weight in the morning. It's so big. So I just want to get you guys aware of the different sizes. This specific album, by the way, is a leather-bound album. And then we'll kind of go into some information on the thickness next. So before I go too deep into it, I do want to talk about some other options that you have. We do have cardboard boxes. I've never invested in one personally because it just doesn't make sense for me to show clients. We do have wooden boxes, as you saw the top of, and then we have linen boxes as well, where you'll actually have a magnetic opening. And this has a debossing on the front of this album. This is an 8x8 linen album with a linen box that holds it together. Now let's talk about print quality. For the press printed album, the only one I have right now is this 4x4, and you'll see the slight matte finish to it. It's very dry in a sense. The colors are going to be still preserved and beautiful, far better than anything you're getting on the consumer market. However, I will say that you'll see the difference when you actually talk about looking at some of these heirloom albums. These heirloom albums, the colors become more vivid, and the experience is just definitely different when you're looking through them. They have a gloss finish across them, and they're definitely a bit more a step above. Next, let's talk about the spreads in general. So each album has a spread. A spread is 2 pages. So whatever your package includes, whatever album it includes, you can always add more spreads, and that's 2 pages. We recommend, 2 to 3 images per page, and then, if you get out to the families, get up to 9, 10, 15, but you really can make this as well as you want it to be. We can include as much or as little. There's a max of 40 spreads in total, so that's our limitation that we have. We can build it bigger, but there's potential issues with integrity of the album that the album builders prefer not to do anything over 40. I'll send you information on how many images to go ahead and pick out, and I'll send you information on how to get that back to me. And the easiest way for me currently is you would go into your online gallery, sign in with a separate username or email, and then favorite your photos with some email like, we're awesome at album.com. And then I can see that on the back end, download those photos, and then upload them to the builder, build the album, and then we'll have our meeting. In the meeting, we're actually gonna go through the layout of the design itself. We're gonna go through, I'm gonna send you digital proof before we get in the meeting. You're gonna give me any feedback of major changes, and then we're gonna go one meeting together, 20 to 30 minutes ideally, and we're gonna go through and we can adjust the layout as needed, drag and drop images, change it up a little bit, and get this just perfect, because this is going to be a lifelong memory of your wedding day in a print format. And to give you kind of reference, the thick pages, are pretty thick, but honestly, the thin pages themselves are also fairly thick themselves. So this is still pretty large. I'd say bigger, definitely bigger than cardstock. Like I said, this is all modular. This is all different options that you can go through. I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope this helps you kind of get a better idea of what our offerings are, and we can kind of work forward towards getting you the album of your dreams, whether that be living on your coffee table, given to parents, on the go, or just straight up having one in your back pocket or at work to show people as you go. We really appreciate your time with us here, and thanks again, guys. We'll see you around.